Champagne John, what up, bro? Qual, man. Good to see you, bro. What's going on? Brother! JC, what up, man? What's going on? Tsunami, good morning, my friend. CD, what up, man? Yo, somebody tell me. Sabs, hey, man, miss you, brother. Hope you're well. Sending your mom the best wishes. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Sabs. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing good. Somebody tell me, what are the odds we find out who won the presidency today? What are the odds? Dragoncita, good morning or afternoon. Noah, what's going on, man? Missed you, brother. LOL, how you been? I've been all right, man. Things have been weird. Things have been just very weird lately. We'll talk about that later on. All good, bro. Can't wait for the rip. Yeah, man. It's everything. Everything's about it. I don't know how else I could show it. I mean, every single thing in the market. It doesn't matter what even banks. There's something, we're bullish on everything besides banks. Even look at JP Morgan, looks like it's about to go parabolic. The entire market is about to go crazy. I'm more surprised, didn't think we would see you till tomorrow. I may have messed up with that. Yeah, I may have misspoke in the last video. The treatment is tomorrow. So unfortunately, I won't be live tomorrow. I think I'll be back by earnings, but like the whole, like the greater portion of the day, I won't be live. But I will be back by earnings, I believe. And if I am, of course, I'll jump on live. What do you guys think? What are the odds we find out who the president is today? All good, glad to see you on. But yeah, it's everything. It's just a matter of what is going to be the catalyst. Like, what is the catalyst for the break? Everything's at that moment, and we could see that very clear. I mean, look at IWM. Look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I mean, look at this. First of all, we're at all-time highs on Bitcoin. We broke the channel. I'm thinking tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find out today. Look at this. Look at Bitcoin. This is as we're, about to find out the president, as we're heading into another rate cut. It's the 2021 moment that we've been looking for. It's here. It's just a matter of what's the catalyst. Is it going to be the president? Maybe. Could be a good shout, honestly. Trump 2024. Yeah, that could be it. It could just be Trump winning the election and the market just rockets. It could be it. Good to see you, man. Going to be in and out of your stream today, but hope all is well. Tom, thank you, man. Good to see you. They already said in the news that it would take weeks, so in my opinion, the fraud is coming. Hopefully I'm wrong. I already voted for Trump. Expect fuckery. Yeah, absolutely expect fuckery with this election. I think the odds of us finding out who wins the presidency today are very low. I could be wrong, but I don't think we will. And if that's the case, we're not going to see anything crazy in the market, more than likely. But in the case that we do find out the president today, in the case that Trump does win today, we will see the market rocket. Morning, Ant. Welcome back online. What up, bro? What's going on? How are you? But yeah, Bitcoin and crypto in general. I mean, even Dogecoin. Dogecoin looks sick. Got the breakout, we got the retest, and now we're in the middle of the confirmation. Above 69K, which is a good thing. Sounds like their plan is to not certify his victory via 14th Amendment. There's so much fuckery going on. Like, For example, like California making it illegal to present your ID at any election site, any voting site. Is that even constitutional? How is it illegal to have your ID with you when you're voting? It's illegal to show that you're a citizen of the United States when you go to vote? Like, how does this... what is going on? Literally, what is going on? I mean, look at GME. Not only the breakout, the retest, the actual break of trend, the wedge, but 6 months of consolidating the 200 EMA. Happy to see you streaming today, Nana Ape. What's going on? How are you? Stiff Jello asked me to send you his best wishes, so I promised I would. Stiff Jello, thank you, brother. I hope all is well. And Sabs, thank you for relaying the message. I know I've been off Discord for a while. I'm in such a weird spot with social media, truly. It's a weird spot for me. Quick question. What do you guys think about Elon Musk? And be honest. Be honest. Tell me what you guys think. I want to know. Elon is a G. I like him. I believe Elon's heart is in the right place. I think he is weird, and I think he has a double face. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think you're wrong. That's how I feel. He's just a nerd. So, not to get into this off rip already, but, you know, that macro break part 1 video that I had put out when I was talking about how Elon is making himself a very good candidate for the Antichrist. I made that video, and a month later, he's endorsing Trump and now has a cabinet spot if Trump wins. Neuralink, man. Listen, no matter who you're voting for, do not put an AI chip in your head. I think that should just be self-explanatory. Maybe not, though. This looks so good. And by the way, there is no case for a slow climb out of this. He definitely tricked me if that's the case. That's kind of like the MO of the Antichrist. They present themselves as this charismatic false light. That's what the Antichrist, it's a false light. So, oh, here's the way out. Here's the way, away from everything. I don't want to get into this right now. But what I was saying about GME and also AMC, because they are the same, there is no case for a slow climb out of this. This is going to rocket. It's going to be a vertical line. There's no slow uptrend. So we saw the shot to 80, and we've been consolidating that for 6 months now. We also broke out of the consolidation. Right here. Breakout, retest. Breakout, retest. there's no case for a slow climb. So whatever the catalyst is, whether it's Trump winning, whether it's, the FOMC meeting, maybe AMC earnings, I think that's a little bit less likely, but whatever the case is, whatever the catalyst is going to be, it's going to be a vertical line. There's no case for a slow climb here. We're going vertical to millions, to multimillionaires. That's what's going to happen here. So an Egyptian blogger has been making videos stating that Elon is the Antichrist. Dude, he is like, I don't know. He checks off every box. Everyone. That's all I'm saying. And if you want to talk about the mark, I mean, it's Neuralink. Like, what else could it be? What else is going to go in your forehead or your right hand that without it, you can't buy or sell anything? Like, just think about that logically. What could be going in your head or your hand that without it, you can't buy anything? This is as the world is shifting digital. Just think about that. Listen, I said it before. I'll say it again. I don't have a problem with Trump. I think that for the sake of the country, we need Trump to win. The person I do have a problem with is Elon Musk. Because this guy went from Democrat to stone cold Republican right before the election. Like right before the election. This guy goes from Democrat to Republican, endorsing Trump, campaigning with Trump, and making advancements on Neuralink. We're talking about, this guy literally came out and said that within 10 years, millions of people will have Neuralink. That guy is going to be sitting in the White House when Trump wins. Do the math. Do the math. This while Neuralink is theoretically bringing back the dead. I wouldn't say bringing back the dead, but, let's just call it what it is. Neuralink is artificial intelligence, right? It's AI. It's AI technology that you're going to be putting in your brain. Now, that already sounds like a bad idea, but if you actually listen to Elon Musk talk about AI, this is coming from the guy's mouth who's saying that we're going to do this. We're going to put brain chips in everyone's head. Remember him saying how bad AI was, but is now promoting it? That's my point. Is the guy who is saying that we're going to put this AI chip in millions of people's head is the same guy that this entire time has been saying AI is the greatest threat to humanity. The greatest threat to humanity. Greater than nuclear weapons. But let's put it in our head. Am I the only one? Like, do the math here. Inserting feelings and emotions into inanimate objects such as robots. Oh, that too. Yeah, there's robots walking around now. Yeah. Yep. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It just seems kind of, I don't know what the word is, hypocritical, maybe a little bit. AI is the biggest threat to humanity. So in response to that, we're going to make robots that are walking around and we're going to put AI in people's heads, in people's brains. I don't get it. It's not making sense. Elon talked about universal high income. Yeah, he did. He said that with Neuralink, there will be universal high income, meaning everybody will have as much money, as much resources as they want. How does that make sense? Elon talked about universal high income. We will have unlimited wealth, but AI will take all of our jobs, deeming humans useless. This is the Antichrist. Yeah, it is. Hate to be extreme, but AI is opposing God. No, you're not being extreme. It needs to be said because it's the truth. AI is knowledge itself playing God. Dude, it's not good. I don't understand how people don't see this. It doesn't make sense to me. It's just because everyone's like, we need Trump to win. We need Trump to win, which I agree with. I agree with that. But you just had Elon Musk essentially plant himself in Trump's campaign and is now going to be in the government. Trump already said it, that Elon has a spot in the government when he wins. I don't get how people don't see it. I don't. I'm not saying Trump is evil. I'm not saying that at all. I want Trump to win. I'm saying Elon Musk, you cannot trust that guy. And you shouldn't trust that guy. You shouldn't. So really, what it boils down to is you're voting for a lesser of two evils, obviously. Obviously, the lesser of the two evils is Trump. And I think, short to medium term, this is actually beneficial for the United States, Trump winning, short to medium term. But when you have Elon Musk in office, in the White House, and he starts talking in Trump's ear like, hey, let's do this. Let's push Neuralink. Let's go to Ant. Can you check out plug power levels, please? Sure. $5. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Jesus is King. Amen. Yeah, man. I don't get how people don't see it. It frustrates me. It does. It shouldn't because I'm aware of it, right? That's all that should matter, is that I'm aware of it and I'll make my family aware of that. But the fact that other people can't see it is kind of frustrating. And yes, Jesus is King. Do not put your faith in a worldly savior. Put your faith in the Savior. That's the answer. Very simply. Plug power. Ticker is what? Plug? Yeah. What is this trend line here? Okay, that's without the log levels. Get rid of that. Plug power. Like everything else in the market, and really quickly before we talk about this, the bears, even if Elon is planning this, remember that God will or will not allow it to be. God controls all. Don't forget that and trust in him. Yes, you're correct. You're correct about that, but there is also prophecy. Like God told us. He already told us what's going to happen. It's happening. That's my point. So before we talk about plug power, so I think this is probably one of the most important things to understand about the situation in the market right now. The bears in the market have been and continue to be wrong. And I think the word wrong is probably an understatement. Like there's wrong, like yes, technically wrong, but there's wrong and then there's just like complete polar wrong. This crypto price action is so volatile. I think everyone's been waiting for like the market crash. Like this narrative is being pushed for a year and a half. The market's not, it's going to reverse crash. That's like, they're completely polar wrong. The market's going to melt up. Everything in the market is going to melt up as it did in 2021. That's the event, the 2021 break that we're heading into. So plug power right now is testing a key level at 250. It's also coming off of the low. Hey, Ant, what's your opinion on FFIE? It ran with AMC and GameStop. If it did, and I'll take a look at it, then it's more than likely going to run again. That's the kind of the point that I'm getting at here is everything in the market is about to have that 2021 moment. And we saw that, we could see that here on Plug Power. The 2021 run was right here, and since then it's been consolidating, much like any other small cap stock, like an AMC, like a GameStop. From the highs of 2021, it was downtrending to a low point, and now as the market is about to melt up, you're going to see everything melt up, which does not exclude anything, really. I mean, most things, I would say, Plug Power being one of them. Plug Power is going to be, it's bullish moving forward. This is going to rip. FFIE is probably the same exact story. Maybe not. I don't like this chart. Actually, I don't hate it either, because the IPO is 2021. So we already talked about, we've talked about stocks like this where from IPO to present day, it's just been downtrend. But for something that IPO'd in 2021, everything was pulling back in 2021, at the end of 2021. So this ticker specifically IPO'd at the top, the market top. So everything, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, SPY, IWM, crypto, all of the underlying topped out in 2021, which would include this topping out in 2021. And then from 2021, it pulls down into its bearish cycle. The only difference is something like this, something small cap. The small caps are going to be the last to go. And they were in 2021 as well. When we see the market melt up in 2021, when we see Dow Jones, and we see NASDAQ, and we see Bitcoin and Dogecoin, everything melting up in 2021, the small caps were the last to melt up. But everything tops out at the same time. And the reason how that happens is because when the small caps finally go, it's a vertical line to the top. And then everything just tops out, and then everything pulls back at the same time. Take a look at Avalanche, AVAX, got you. For crypto, Bitcoin and Doge tells you everything. It's not even, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, not even, you really don't have to look at Doge. Bitcoin tells you the whole story, but Bitcoin also tells you the whole story for the market, for everything. Shit, saw your post, didn't realize you were live. Dan, nice to see you, Ant. You too, man. Good to see you. AVAX, crypto, AVAX, let's see. It's literally, it's Bitcoin. This chart is Bitcoin. Doesn't look like it, but it is. I'll show you. I will show you what I mean. So, first things first, it's important to understand, I want to build off that, mentioned cycle will lag after Bitcoin dominance takes over. March 2025, meme coins will be at all-time high. That includes alts like AVAX, Link, Polkadot, SUI, TIA, meme coins. Exactly, Ryuk. So, what I mean by this is Bitcoin, this chart, Lightning, AVAX is Bitcoin, is when we start looking at the synchronization here, look at when Bitcoin tops out. Right here. Oops, wrong chart. Bitcoin tops out November of 2021, right? So where does AVAX top out? All-time high is We'll go to a 5-day for this. AVAX tops out November of 2021, right? The entire market topped out November of 2021. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P 500, IWM, the entire crypto market, and then everything underlying the broader market topped out in 2021 November. It all hit the top at that moment. After that, it all pulls back into its bearish cycle. So we see Bitcoin at the top, November of 2021. It pulls down to its bearish cycle, and then it starts reversing around New Year's 2023. This started reversing a little bit after that, but it starts reversing, and now we have this pullback here. This is kind of similar to, what was the other one? So right now, right, so this is AVAX right here. Bitcoin is up here playing out this descending channel since March, so almost a year, playing out this descending channel. We broke out of it. We retested it as of this week and last week. This break for Bitcoin that we're looking for to the upside is going to be explosive. It's going to be a ridiculous move, a big momentum move on Bitcoin to the upside. You're going to see all of the underlying, so altcoins such as AVAX, Dogecoin, Solana, rip as well. So this break out of this, you're going to see a very, very explosive move on AVAX. Big time. This isn't as clean. Something like, I think Solana, Sol USD. I think Solana was the one. Yeah. Solana is literally Bitcoin. This actually displays it a little bit cleaner. It's all the same. It's all the same. So we could look at Solana. And we see that Solana tops out October of 2021. October, November. November is the month after October. Tops out October of 2021. Bitcoin tops out October of 2021. Solana is L1, not altcoin. I'm not saying like altcoin in the literal sense. I'm just saying like anything aside from Bitcoin to me, and you're more of a crypto guy than I am, Ryuk. Anything that's not Bitcoin is an altcoin to me. That's just my opinion. That doesn't mean it's not going to see big time growth, by the way. I'm just calling everything besides the same way I would call anything underlying SPY an underlying, or anything underlying NASDAQ or Dow an underlying. Anything that is a crypto is underlying Bitcoin, in my opinion. Anyways, so we see Solana top out October, November of 2021, right? And then it pulls back and it bottoms out November of 2022. Where does Bitcoin bottom out? November of 2022. The same exact time. The charts are the same. It's the same exact chart. So here you go. Solana bottoms out November of 2022. Bitcoin bottoms out November of 2022. And then you get the climb out the other side and tops out March 11th. Solana tops out on the other side of this. And Bitcoin tops out, look at that, March 11th of 2024. And then you see this channel here? That's the same channel that Bitcoin is playing out right there. It's the same chart. The only difference is that Inception Solana is 2021. Inception Bitcoin is 2013. So this chart is just older. But when we see Inception Solana, it just picks up right where Bitcoin is. Right where Bitcoin is in its current cycle. These charts are the same. And this is my point. This is like my whole entire thesis is the whole market is the same. Everything. Everything is going to melt up at the same time. Let me just extend this. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. So yeah, so Solana is at resistance of the channel. Bitcoin broke out slightly. Solana is at the resistance, but it's still the same. When we see this breakout, this actual breakout move on Bitcoin, you're going to see Solana fucking shred to the upside. Not just Solana, AVAX. Insert crypto here. When Bitcoin breaks out, the entire crypto market is going to go stupid. Run Sol ETH ticker. Tell me what you think. Sol ETH. You might have to explain to me how to do this again. Do I just type Sol ETH? Yeah, it is just Sol ETH. So you're not going to like what I have to say about this, Ryuk. I don't think you... I mean, I could be wrong, but... I could definitely be wrong about this, but it's the same thing. It's the same chart. Tops out, same exact time. Bottoms out, same exact time. Curls out the other side. It looks like it's going up. I could be wrong, but... Sol outperforming ETH. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, like, it's all-time wallets last month. Can we just for a second just talk about how sick GameStop looks? So crazy, but what does it mean for ETH? Can we just talk about how sick GME looks? This chart's insane. Not only did we break the wedge, like everything else that topped out in 2021, around November of 2021, so did GameStop. GameStop pulls back in a descending wedge, which is a bullish pattern, for 3 years. It breaks out of the wedge in May 14th. And since May 14th, when GME hit $80, it's been consolidating that move the entire time. Retesting the breakout of the actual trend, also retesting the breakout of the 200 EMA. And again, and this applies to all small caps, which includes AMC. When this confirms and this breaks to the upside again, it's not going to be a slow climb. It's going to be a vertical line, like we saw to 80, but this time to all-time highs into the squeeze. And like like Bitcoin that broke out of the channel, GME broke out of the consolidation itself. 6 months of consolidation. This chart looks insane. GME to the moon. AMC to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. Bitcoin to the moon. IWM to the moon. Tesla to the moon. Apple to the moon. Google. Netflix. The semis. Bank stocks even. To the moon. The entire market. The bears just have this completely backwards. They have it completely backwards. They've been waiting for a crash this whole time. It's not going to crash. It's going to all melt up. It's been all melting up. Look at USO oil. It's going up. So in my opinion, something's up. We might get SPY drop. Even if SPY sees any kind of retracement, SPY's not done. I don't think SPY's going to... So here's the thing about SPY too. And we'll just really quickly take a look at SPY's chart, right? So, and I don't want extended hours on this. I want regular hours. Actually, I think for this example, we'll just take a look at SPX futures because I like this chart a little bit better. Take all this stuff off. Let me just create this really quick. I want to make this point because I don't think SPY is going to drop. I don't think SPY is going to drop. So, okay. Let me put the channel on at least, actually. Parallel channel. Okay. So the channel that we're looking at here is the macro channel. So for reference, what we're talking about is this channel. That SPX has been in this ascending channel since 2008, since we saw the financial crisis in 2008. SPX, SPY, whatever, has been in this ascending channel, climbing, right? And we have a very strong resistance, the top of the channel. We have a very strong support, the bottom of the channel. We also have a very important midpoint of this channel. It's been respected very well this entire time, past 15 years. When we zoom in to where we are today, we have 409 right here. This was the final symmetrical landmark. It also was a retest of the bottom of the channel. And since then, we climb to the midpoint. We reject it. We reject it. We break over, reject again. We've been trying to break this midpoint. All right, so now we fast forward a little bit more to where we are. And we have the top of this level here at 5,700 for SPX futures. I believe this level is 575 on SPY. Could be wrong. Regardless, we were trying to break this level, right? Came up to it, rejected here, came down to the midpoint, broke through, broke above the midpoint, broke below it, broke back up to it. Right here, someone in the chat tell me, when did we break this level? What happened right here? When did we break this level to the upside? What happened right at this moment, right here? In your video, you point out the timing. IWM previously broke first and followed by small caps. Why do you expect the breakout to be simultaneous this time? Just because of how long it's taking, because of how long the actual break on IWM is taking. Also, when we start looking at the wedge, the consolidation on AMC and GameStop, the breakouts are going to happen simultaneously. You know, AMC, GameStop have been consolidating for 6 months. They're that window of consolidation, that support resistance of the wedge, that time is out. Like we were at the end of the road of the consolidation. What happened here? What happened that broke, absorbing all that section, all that action? What happened right here? I'll just tell you. When SPX, when SPY was trying to break this level to the upside, we didn't break above this level until we saw rate cuts. So the break of this level right here, this is FOMC day in September. September 18th, FOMC, the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates. S&P 500 breaks this level. Was that FOMC? Yes. September 18th, FOMC, the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates for the first time in 3 years. SPX, SPY, S&P 500, whatever, it breaks above this resistance level, right, in September. Since then, we've tested it. We saw a confirming move off, and then we came down to test it again. We're now heading into another FOMC meeting this week, Thursday. Wednesday is AMC earnings. What day is it? Tuesday. Tomorrow's AMC earnings. Thursday is the FOMC meeting. The point of what I'm getting at here is that SPX is at the same price that it was right here in September. The only difference is, rather than trying to break over the level during this FOMC meeting, now we're testing it. Now we broke over it and we're testing it heading into another FOMC meeting where we're going to see volatility again. And more than likely, upside volatility at that. So the last FOMC meeting, we were trying to break this level, and we did. We broke the level on the last FOMC, the last FOMC meeting, the last rate cut. We broke over the level. We spent all this time testing this resistance as support now, heading into another FOMC meeting, basically at the same price, just in a much more bullish place now, as we're above the resistance rather than below it. SPY is not going down. SPY is not going down. SPY is going up. I know the bears hate to hear that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. The market is not crashing. The market is, in fact, melting up. SPX price target 7,000. 25 BP cut incoming. Yeah. Maybe more. Maybe more. We'll see. Regardless, it's rate cuts, which are specifically good for what sector of the market? Which sector of the market are rate cuts specifically beneficial for? The answer is small caps, i.e. meme stocks. Or meme coins, whatever. All the same. Reverse crashing. Yep. Small cap. Yep. And on top of that, the rate cutting cycle only just begun. So the Fed moving forward through all of these upcoming FOMC meetings, they're just going to keep cutting rates. It's not to say they're going to cut rates every single FOMC meeting moving forward, but there's a high probability we're seeing rate cuts in almost every FOMC meeting moving forward, which again is beneficial for smaller companies or meme stocks, we like to call them. Yo, who watched the World Series? Did you guys watch the World Series? I'm pissed off. What do you think of the presidential bets on Robinhood? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? AMC at 441 for the whole day. Does this mean something or basically nothing? No. Doesn't mean anything. I mean, this is the consolidation that AMC has been going through since May 14th. May 14th, we hit $14 or $13. And since then, we see the retracement. We see the consolidation, which, by the way, I told everyone 13 was the top. I told you to sell at 13 and that this is what we were going to be looking for. Retracement, consolidation. We're at 441 right now. It means absolutely nothing to me. The only thing that we're trying to do is break the 200-day SMA, which is at 444. Yeah, bro, Rizzo is ass. Judge shit the bed, so I didn't bring it up since you brought it up. I didn't want to piss you off. Go Dodgers. Oh, my. Colin Stan made me believe. Yeah, Stanton was playing out of his mind. Yankees played like high schoolers. Dude, listen, I'm not going to talk shit about Judge because he's the captain of the team. Like, without you take Judge off the Yankees, we don't make it to the World Series. We might not even make the playoffs. I mean, we won the division by 3 games. We won the division by 3 games. Judge was the offensive player of the year. During the regular season, granted. So you take Judge off the team, we probably don't make the playoffs. In the same breath, Judge sucks postseason. Like, there's no way around that. That guy is just... He is just an absolute choke artist in the playoffs. He's an absolute choke artist in the playoffs. But also, Aaron Boone is a fucking liability. That guy needs to go. Game one. When you bring in Nestor Cortez, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Tim Hill, also a lefty out of the bullpen, has been dominating the entire playoffs. Dominating. And we go to Nestor Cortez, who hasn't thrown a live game in 2 months and is also battling an elbow injury. And then Freeman walks off a grand slam. That was the end of the series. That was the end of the series. Freeman hitting that walk-off grand slam, it was over. Game 1, it was over. And that's, honestly, it's Boone's fault. Maybe unpopular opinion, but that game we lost because of Aaron Boone. How about the Yankees fan taking the ball? That was funny. I thought that was funny. I wouldn't do that, but I mean, I was just mad. So seeing that, it put a smile on my face. You got to keep Soto. Dude's a monster. If we don't re-sign Soto, it's over. You have to sign him. You have to. Give him whatever he wants. Give him a blank check. Tell him to fill it out. Stay in New York. Stay on the Yankees. because the Mets are now saying that they're going to give him whatever he wants. Cohen is saying he's going to outbid everybody. Doesn't matter what the price is to get Soto on the Mets. If they let him go, it's just, I don't know. Judge and Ohtani didn't do well in the World Series. Yeah. Ohtani, there's been a lot of shit talk about Aaron Judge. No one said an absolute word about Shohei Ohtani. He played worse than Judge, and no one said anything. And the reason they didn't say anything is because the Dodgers won. Had the Dodgers lost, everybody would be looking at Shohei Ohtani right now like, who is this guy? This isn't the Ohtani that we know. Is Ohtani going to pitch again next year? Honestly, I feel with Ohtani, I thought you were going to say because he's Asian. No. No, Ohtani's a great player, man. There's no getting around that, but it's just, there's a lot of shit talk around Aaron Judge, but what did Ohtani do? Less than Judge is the answer. No one said a word. Is Ohtani going to pitch next year? I think if the Dodgers were smart, the answer to that question would be no. You don't need him. And you're just putting him at more of a risk of getting hurt. You're just going to put him at more of a risk of getting injured. Let's think about this for a second. The Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series. They didn't have their two best pitchers. They didn't have Clayton Kershaw or Tyler Glasnow. The Dodgers that team is unfair. They just won the World Series without their two best starting pitchers. They get a healthy Clayton Kershaw, a healthy Tyler Glasnow in the starting rotation. That team is literally unstoppable. The Dodgers will be stacked with Ohtani pitching next year, but he might sit out another season for pitching. There's no reason to pitch him. If you have Glasnow and Kershaw come back, you don't need to pitch him. He doesn't need to. Think about that rotation. You have Jack Flaherty, who is one of the best starting pitchers in the league. You have Tyler Glasnow, one of the best starting pitchers in the league. Clayton Kershaw, one of the best starting pitchers in the league. All three of those names, those guys are like top 10 starting pitchers in the league. You don't need Ohtani pitching. Look at this wedge for AMC, by the way. This is insane. Today's high of day rejected right off of the 200-day SMA. That Paul Skeens kid is special, bro. Yeah, Paul Skeens is crazy. I just is throwing that hard. It's just not sustainable. He's going to be really good. Yeah, no, he already is really good. It's just a matter of sustainability. Throwing that hard as a starting pitcher, like coming out of the bullpen, it's not that big of a deal. You're not really working that. Not that you're not working that much. You're throwing 20, 30 pitches though, as opposed to 90, 100 pitches at 103 miles an hour. It's not sustainable. We've seen starting pitchers do this over the past 5-10 years, and almost 100% of the time, they get hurt because your arm is not meant to do that. Your arm, as a starting pitcher, you're just throwing 100 plus as a starting pitcher is just not sustainable. That's a lock for another series unless Mets overpay to get some of these vets. Yeah, I mean, I think the only real shot of an NL team taking down the Dodgers is probably going to be the Phillies, even though they choked in the playoffs as well. But the Dodgers are just a super team. They are. They're a super team. They won the World Series without their two best pitchers. Think about that. That's a big deal. The Yankees are a mess. Cole's opting out. The Yankees are opting in. Cole's opting back in. Are we going to re-sign Soto? I hope so, but probably not. Are we going to re-sign Rizzo? I don't know. It's a mess. That team's a mess. Aaron Judge is a 0 in the playoffs. Who else? Verdugo. Get rid of him. Austin Wells. He's a rookie, but I don't know how I feel about him either. Trevino, merry-go-round with that guy behind the dish. Volpe. Silver lining, I guess, is Volpe. At least we know Volpe will show up in October. But I don't think anybody can beat the Dodgers. After watching that and knowing that they're getting their two best pitchers back, I don't think anybody can beat them. I think we have some more people in here, so I'm gonna ask this question again. What do you guys think the odds are of finding out who the president is today? I said it earlier. I think it's probably slim to none, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong because the market's gonna rip if we find out today. But what do you guys think? Bring back Mariano Rivera? Yeah, that's not gonna fix the problem the Yankees have. Even if we bring back Mo. Dominguez wasn't bad as a reserve. No, he wasn't, but we still don't know. We haven't seen a full season out of him. We also don't know what he looks like in October. Not a chance. 0. Friday, 0. Yeah, I think so too. So really, there's no secret here. Midnight tonight, 0%. Won't be till tomorrow, I think. Slim to none. Yeah, I think so too. It's no secret the market's going to melt up. That really should not be a secret to anybody at this point, besides the people that are just brainwashed to think the market's about to crash for some reason, which I don't know why. So this is really just coming down to what is going to be the catalyst that is going to just break everything out. Is it the election? Could be. Thank you. It could be. Are we going to find out who won the election today? Probably not, unfortunately. So if we don't find out who's going to win the election today, we're not going to see the market rocket today either, is kind of the answer to that. Probably not till Friday or next week. Sup, man? It's going to be chaotic. We're at a fractal break. Yeah, dude. Literally, bro. JP Morgan. We were talking about how bank stocks look shitty. They don't. Even the bank stocks look amazing. They don't look bearish. I'll tell you that. Find out next week. Yeah, that's kind of like a theme. That's been a theme for a while now. Doesn't make it wrong, though. It doesn't make the thesis wrong. Just stupid question. Why would the market go up with Kamala? I can answer that question very simply. Do you guys remember some of the more explosive moves that we've seen? It's the justification for her is just so bad. Let me remind you, it's not about Trump winning per se for the market to rip. It's about a justification. I'm saying quote unquote justification because if we look back for the past year and a half, and some of the most explosively volatile moves that we've seen to the upside, a lot of them happened while Joe Biden was speaking. That doesn't mean that what Joe Biden was saying is bullish. It's just an excuse for the market to see volatility. We look back at some of his speeches, which, by the way, none of them are even comprehensible. But the high-speed bridges, think back to that. The move that we saw, this guy is giving a speech about how they're installing Wi-Fi into bridges, I think. I could be wrong, but the market just ripping. It's just an excuse for volatility is all it is. I think if Trump wins, it'll be sooner. If Kamala wins, then it'll be later so they can Kenny G some votes. Like Trump wants to take rates to nothing, which would make sense. It's just a justification. It's just an excuse for the catalyst. It's just an excuse for volatility. That's all it is. It's just an excuse for volatility. That's all it is at the end of the day. But I mean, you look at the position of the market right now. Yes, the highest of bridges by way of the fastest of internet. Such a joke. Such a joke. But it's like it's very clear that, you know, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. This melt up that we've been waiting for a very long time now, it is about to happen. Look at Bitcoin. Look at everything else. Jim Cramer said the market is positioned for a Kamala victory. Trump 2024 confirmed. He did not say that. You're lying. Did Jim Cramer actually say that? But yeah, the Wi-Fi on the bridge thing, you're right. Yeah, it's just an excuse, man. It's just the president's speaking today. The market's going to be volatile today. That's all it is. It doesn't matter what he said. It doesn't matter what was coming out of Joe Biden's mouth. The market was ripping because it's not real. It's very simple. It's not real. The market is cyclical. It's going to do what it's going to do no matter what. No matter what. Yes. Yes to what? It's true. Cramer said that? That is crazy. He did say that? Wi-Fi on bridges? You guys remember that shit? Joe Biden's sitting here talking about Wi-Fi extenders on bridges, and the market's just going bananas. What a joke. I can believe Jim Cramer said that. I mean, all the elites want Kamala Harris to win. Most of them. Most of the most wealthy and famous people that you can think of are either endorsing Kamala Harris or want her to win. You guys remember when I was talking shit about Eminem and everyone was giving me shit for it? I remember that. I remember that vividly, actually. Sometimes the market goes up. Yep. Bitcoin, 70K, looking good. 70.5. Look at that retest. Come on, guys. Look at that retest. Look at that setup. Look at this setup. Are we serious? You guys remember 2021? You guys remember this? I remember that. It's about to happen again. Listen to me, don't listen to me. I don't care. 2021 is about to happen again. Can't believe SFM has just been like straight up. Sprouts Farmer Market. What in the world is this chart? This is our 2020. It is. You're exactly right. This is Sprouts Farmer Market. You want me to tell you what this is? I'll tell you what this is because I know what it is. Sprouts Farmer Market, this stock that we're looking at right here, is one of the largest holdings under IWM. Small caps. That looks pretty bullish to me. Looks pretty bullish to me. Keep telling folks 2025 is our 2021. You're right. Be real. You're 100% right. Play it how you want to play it. If you want to play, if you want to play the semis, you're going to win. If you want to play Tesla, you're going to win. If you want to play Netflix or Google or any blue chip, you're going to win. If you want the best bang for your buck, small caps. It's that simple. The best bang for your buck is going to be the small caps because the small caps are at lows still. They're at lows still, and they're going to catch up to the broader market in vertical fashion. That's it. Listen to me. Don't listen to me. Regardless, throw a dart at your favorite stock. You're going to win. The entire market is bullish. Just depends on how you want to play it. I was not here for 2021, but I am here now. I was not into the stock market then, sadly. That's around the time I got into it, actually, around 2021. I sold out too early in 2021 by 2 weeks, not making that mistake again. Also, don't hold for infinity, though, Jonathan. Don't hold for infinity. Is one thing, because there's going to be people, there's going to be people that are going to hold, and they're going to hold, and they're going to hold, and the top's going to be in, and they're going to see, they're going to see their port go to a crazy number, and then it's going to start pulling down, and they're going to be like, oh, it's going to keep going up. And the answer is no, it's not. Once the top's in, that's it. You want to be out. You want to be out before the top. Like, obviously, like the best case scenario, you sell as close to the top as you can, but do not make the mistake of still holding your position when the top's already in. Because people are going to do that. Do not be one of those people. 100K or bust. Yeah, man. There's going to be people that are holding for 100K. I mean, you're going to see GameStop at ridiculous numbers. You're going to see AMC more than likely at ridiculous numbers. And then when you see those ridiculous numbers, subconsciously, 100K is going to pop into your head. Do not be one of those people. Do not be one of those people. Right now, you should be positioned to be very well off at 40, 100, $150. You should be like, 150, all right. I just love 100. $100, I'm set for life. That's the position at this point in time. We're about to head into 2025. Where the small cap market is right now, you should be positioned where you don't need more than $150. That's just honest. I'm looking for 250 to 500. That's reasonable. You're also talking like up towards the top of the range, which play it how you're going to play it. You're going to hold runners. I would definitely hold runners. Just give me 40. 40 is a lock for AMC. We have that gap at 40. When we break, we're seeing $40 minimum for AMC. We're seeing $40 minimum on AMC. That's going to make people millionaires. $40 is going to make people millionaires on AMC. $100, I never have to work again. Yeah, that's the position you want to be in. And here's a little secret for you. You're gonna win. Everyone that's positioned for a bullish move on small caps, they're going to win. Big time. Jamie's chart is incredible. Incredibly bullish chart. Still got the Jans? Yeah. Averaging down. They're going to hit. They're going to hit. Selling in increments, a little at $40 to pay. Pay off debt, 100, 250, all the way to 1,400. Can't lose doing that. Exactly. Have a plan. Sell in increments. Get your money. Make it real. Make your money real. Do not hold for 100K. Hold runners in the very slight chance that we see some kind of ridiculous move on AMC. Hold some runners. That's it. Jan 2025 calls far enough out? Yeah. Yes. I already know the answer, but our Jan 17 calls better, or should we rotate to March now for 2025? I think January is perfectly fine. Especially with the position of the market right now. I recently got into options, so glad I can get Jans in time. Yeah, the January is a dirt cheap right now. The money we make after is really what I think this play is about for me. Yeah, and people are going to play it how they're going to play it. I mean, I think after, I've said this before, I'll say it again. After this happens, I am probably going to retire from options trading and just play direction. Like, yeah, I'll probably buy some like very far out, far dated puts when I think the market's at the top and I'm looking for the pullback. But I'll be looking to catch the bottom. And I'll be looking to catch the bottom with shares when I do. Because AMC squeezes, this all plays out, you're not going to need options anymore. I mean, unless you're trying to become like a billionaire or something. At that point, you can buy shares, and a 30% move, a 40, 100, 200% move with shares, you don't need more than that. Once you have the stack like that, you don't need more than that. I'm mostly in Junes because you never know. Yeah, man. The more time you have, the safer you're going to be. The more time you have on your contracts, the safer the play is. Just know that the more time you have on the contracts, you are sacrificing some of the potential upside. So you're trading off some of the risk for some of the reward. Half at 140, half at 800. I like it. Next, Bezos. Got some 2026, set it and forget it. If you were just joining the meme game, would you suggest contracts for AMC or GameStop? Either. They're both going to squeeze. GME will likely have the higher price target at the end of it. GME will likely have the higher ceiling, the higher price target at the end of it. At the same time, though, you're buying those contracts for GME at $22 as opposed to AMC where it's $4. So even if GME does go higher, AMC, it'll end up being the same thing, is basically what I'm saying. It'll end up being the same thing. What's up, everyone? MXP, what's going on, man? How are you? What's up, brothers? Johan, how are you, man? If you're worried about the time, do June over March. Highest strike in March is $10 at 30 cents. Whereas you get a bigger bang for your buck and more time for the June 27s at 15, literally double quantity. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Long Rescue pretty much said it perfectly. You know, June, you have more time and you can get them cheaper. It's a higher strike, but a $10 strike and a $27 strike, I know this is unpopular opinion, a $10 strike on AMC and a $27 strike on AMC is no different. If we see $10, we're seeing 27. That might be an unpopular opinion to some people. It's the truth. Post the Discord link. I haven't been on Discord in like 2 months. Just so you know, I'm not. I hope everyone is like having a good time there. I mean, I made it for the community. I just lately I've been trying to just stay away from social media. That's just me, and that's just my. I know some people just don't understand it, but that's just my faith. It's just my faith. That's it. If you don't respect that, I don't know what to tell you. Going to try and scoop up 60 more Jan calls tomorrow after I get paid. If somebody wants to link him to Discord,